There is a silent killer destroying your English fluency right now. It is not your grammar, and it is not your vocabulary. It is a toxic mental habit you practice every single day without realizing it. Let me show you the cure. Have you ever felt that terrible, suffocating silence? The moment someone looks at you, expecting a simple answer in English, and your brain completely shuts down. Your heart races. You feel exposed, almost foolish. You know the words, but they are securely locked away in your mind. Welcome back to Glaze English. If you have ever felt that secret pain, you are not alone. Please subscribe to our channel right now to support us, so we can keep making videos that help you finally break free from this silent trap. For years, I blamed myself for those awkward moments. I thought my vocabulary was just too weak, or my memory was broken. But I was lying to myself, and maybe you are too. The truth is shocking, but it will set you free. You do not have an English problem. You have a thinking problem. I used to stand there, trapped in an exhausting internal loop. I would hear a simple question, panic, and immediately try to translate it into my native language. Then, I would carefully build a beautiful, flawless response in my head. Next came the strict grammar check. I doubted every single word. By the time I finally opened my mouth to share this perfect sentence, the other person was already looking away. The conversation was dead. I was left feeling totally invisible. Then, I realized something painful but necessary. I was not failing because I lacked intelligence or words. I was failing because I was a terrified perfectionist. I was treating a warm human connection like a cold written exam. Today, we are going to kill that habit. We are going to destroy the illusion that you need perfect grammar to be heard. I am going to show you a completely different way to survive in real conversations. The rule is going to feel uncomfortable at first, but it is the only way out of your own head. Talk first, think later. To actually talk first and think later, we must confront the hidden reason why we overthink in the first place. Our deep, exhausting fear of looking stupid. I remember realizing that my own obsession with grammar was not about being a dedicated student, but rather, it was a heavy shield I carried around to protect my ego. I falsely believed that if I could just build a perfect sentence before I spoke, no one could ever judge me or laugh at me. We are biologically wired to seek approval from others, so our anxious brain whispers that making a mistake means we will be rejected by our social circle. But let me share a brutal, honest truth that took me years to accept. Standing there in an awkward silence, hiding behind your walls of fear, damages a real human connection much more than using the wrong verb tense ever will. Silence creates distance and pushes people away, while a messy, honest attempt to communicate brings them closer. Think about the very first time you tried to ride a bicycle or learn how to swim. Did you sit safely in your room, reading a thick physics textbook, hoping you would never fall or swallow water? Of course not. You got out there, you scraped your knees, you struggled, and you learned through the absolute mess of trying. Language is exactly the same type of physical action. Yet, for some crazy reason, we expect to speak perfectly on the very first try. We desperately need to stop treating mistakes as public embarrassments or personal failures. Every single time you stumble, Every time you use the completely wrong word, your brain collects a valuable piece of data. If you stay totally silent because you are afraid of failing, you give your brain zero data to work with. No data means no growth, which means you are starving your own progress. So, here is the action you need to take right now. Adopt the first thought, best thought rule. The second an idea enters your mind, let it out of your mouth immediately. Do not let your cruel internal editor slice it into tiny pieces. Force yourself to be incredibly brave and sound messy. You have to accept sounding like a beginner today if you ever want to speak like a master tomorrow. Once you finally give yourself permission to sound messy and make mistakes, you will immediately run into the next massive trap we adults set for ourselves: the desperate need to sound highly intelligent. Because we have such complex, sophisticated thoughts in our native language, we feel this heavy, invisible pressure to build those exact same massive sentences in English. We try to stack clauses, use advanced transition words, and weave together huge ideas all at once before we even open our mouths. And inevitably, under that massive mental weight, our brains simply crash. I used to do this constantly, trying so hard to impress people with big vocabulary, only to end up freezing and choking on my own words. Have you ever watched a young child communicate? It is honestly a beautiful thing to witness, because a child does not care about using the passive voice or complex grammar rules. If a child is upset, they look right at you and simply say, "I am hungry. I am tired. I want to go home." It is incredibly basic, but it is flawless communication because the message hits you instantly. As adults, we need to swallow our pride and return to that simple, childlike efficiency. Small and fast is infinitely better than long, complicated, and broken. Instead of trying to say that due to the fact that your workload was overwhelming today, you are utterly exhausted, just let go of the pressure. Say, "I worked hard, I am tired, I need rest." Those 3 tiny sentences are incredibly powerful. They keep the rhythm alive, they protect your confidence, and they get the job done without paralyzing your mind. To actually build this new habit, I want you to start practicing the 3-second reaction drill. The goal here is speed over perfection. Whenever someone asks you a question, or even when you are just practicing alone in your room, you have exactly 3 seconds to begin your answer. Do not give yourself time to construct a perfect paragraph. If I ask what you did today, count to 3 and just fire back. Say, "I stayed home, I drank coffee, I read a book." Even if your response feels painfully short, you are actively wiring your brain for immediate action. Speed builds momentum, and in real conversations, that momentum is exactly what creates true fluency. Building that fast, immediate momentum requires more than just quick thinking. It actually demands serious training for a completely different part of your body. For so many years, I poured all my energy into feeding my brain. I read countless articles, listened to hours of podcasts, and memorized endless lists of vocabulary. But I was completely ignoring my physical mouth. I slowly realized that speaking a foreign language is not just an intellectual exercise. It is literally an athletic event for your face. Your tongue, Your lips, your jaw, and your vocal cords need real, physical muscle memory to produce those unfamiliar sounds naturally. You can have the most beautiful, advanced vocabulary locked safely inside your mind, but if your facial muscles have never practiced forming those words, you will stutter and trip over yourself when it is time to speak. It is exactly like reading a book about how to run a marathon, but never actually putting on your shoes to jog outside. When you do finally step up to speak, the biggest mistake you can make is stopping right in the middle of your sentence. You start talking, hit a mental wall because you forgot one specific noun, and then you just freeze for 10 agonizing seconds. In that dead silence, your anxiety spikes, the listener gets distracted, and the connection completely breaks. You have to learn how to keep the engine running, entering what I call the flow state. If you forget the exact word for refrigerator, please do not stop and panic. Just say, the cold box where we keep the food. Keep the sound moving. Use simple filler words like, you know, or let me think, or, well, I mean. These small phrases buy you time and protect your rhythm. To build this physical endurance, I want you to start the continuous speaking exercise today. Stand in front of your mirror and talk out loud for 3 minutes straight. Talk about your messy room, your breakfast, or your stress. Do not stop making sound for any reason. If you make a terrible grammar mistake, leave it behind and push forward. Smooth flow is the true sound of fluency, and it will always impress people much more than silent perfection. Once you master that physical flow on the outside, you must fight the final, most important battle on the inside, ending the exhausting mental war of translation. For years, my brain was a stressful translation factory. I would see an object, think the word in my native language, and then force myself to translate it before speaking. That process is incredibly heavy and slow, while true fluency is supposed to feel light and effortless. You have to bypass your native language entirely and start generating your thoughts directly in English. This does not mean you need to think about complex philosophy all day long. It starts with the smallest, most ordinary moments of your life. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, do not look out the window and translate your thoughts. Just look at the light and think, it is a beautiful morning. When you grab your cup, simply think, I need this coffee. Prime your brain continuously with these tiny, quiet English thoughts as you walk around your house or drive to work. You are actively retraining your mind to accept English not as a stressful academic subject to study, but as a normal, everyday tool for living. So, as we reach the end of our conversation today, I have to ask you a very direct and honest question. Are you going to spend the rest of your life just being a student of English, or are you finally ready to become a speaker? Students hide safely behind grammar rules and collect textbooks, but speakers take brave risks and collect real human experiences. This space is not just for you to passively watch videos and feel motivated for 5 minutes. This is your active training ground. If you are truly ready to stop overthinking and start talking, hit that subscribe button right now. Share this video with a friend who is also trapped in silence, and let's hold each other accountable. Step out of your fear and step into the conversation. If we look back at our journey today, the biggest realization is that the barrier to fluency was never a lack of intelligence or a shortage of vocabulary. The real wall was built by our own fears, our perfectionism, and our exhausting habit of overthinking every single word. We have learned that to truly speak freely, we must break the translation loop, embrace the mess of making mistakes, use small sentences, physically train our mouths, and invite English into our quiet, everyday thoughts. The deepest lesson I want you to take away is that fluency is not an academic destination. It is a daily act of courage. For so long, we have treated language as a strict test where every mistake is a failure. But language is actually a bridge meant to connect human beings. When you demand absolute perfection from yourself, you build a wall instead of a bridge. The true secret to speaking naturally is accepting your flaws. You are allowed to stumble, to search for words, and to sound like a beginner. That honest vulnerability is exactly what makes your communication real. You can apply this to your life right now, the moment this video ends. Stop waiting for the perfect day when you magically know all the grammar rules. Take a deep breath, look around your room, and speak a simple sentence out loud in English. If you are tired, say it. Make peace with your mistakes and let your voice out. Do not let your fear of being wrong steal your opportunity to connect with the world. Before you go, I have a simple question, and I would love for you to share your thoughts in the comments so our community can learn from each other. What is the one situation where you feel the most nervous when trying to speak English? Please leave your answer below. If this video helped you find your courage, please subscribe to the channel. Your support gives us the motivation to keep creating meaningful content for your journey. Thank you, and keep speaking.